Tips and rigs to make your fishing travel sound like this. Over there. I'm going to be teaching you how to tie the 3-way swivel rig. But you're going to need wire, something that cuts wire, leader, a 3-way swivel, a 3-ounce egg sinker, a good-sized circle hook, and 2 wire crimps. But what you're going to be doing first is the Albright special. First, you get your leader, and you do like a little circle. You put your main line through that circle, and then you're going to twist it around the circle. Do it 7 times, and then loop back around and put it back into the circle. It should look like this at the end. And then you're going to be tying the Palomar knot. Under us, it's going to show, so you basically do circle with 2 of your lines inside the thing. You do it, you pull tight, you go around everything that's on it, and you pull tight. Yeah, basically that. But I'm going to be tying all that, so you got to learn it before I show you everything, but that's how you tie it. And then you tie your main line into the other hole. Then you're going to get your wire, and you're going to put the crimps inside of it. So now you put it inside one of the holes. Then you flip it, and you go over the hole and into the crimps again. And then you're going to get the things that you squeeze with and squeeze those crimps until it can't pull out. Then you're going to get your wire, and you're going to put your crimps in it. I always forget to put the crimps inside the wire, and then I have to restart all over again. But then you're going to pass it through the hook's eye, and then you're going to go back on the back side of it, and then you're going to pass it around 2 times, maybe even 3. And then you get the line that you just passed it through around 3 times or 2, and you're going to pull tightly. And then you're going to get your crimp and your thing that you squeeze with, and you're going to squeeze it down. And that should be all. And then with that line with the last hole in it, you're going to get your egg sinker, and you're going to do the Palomar knot again. And then that should be the whole rig. Now to the tips and tricks of shark fishing. Alright, so the baits that I use are whiting, bluefish, and mullet. But you can use any fish that bleeds, really. You just got to find a fish that bleeds, right when you cut it out. And you have to cut it right when you get it out of the water. That's what I always do. That's what I really like to do, because it just does something, and it just sucks the blood out of its body. And it's just bad when you don't. For the rods and reels, I always like to have braid backing and then mono front, because that's what I always like to do. I always like to have all the line possible that I have, because I never know what I'm gonna catch, and I never know how far it's gonna drag me off to the beach. So bigger the reel, better, and because it'll give you so much more line. And I always like to use braid to get all the line possible that I need. See, this has almost 1,000 yards, maybe. It might be in the 600s, because I like that. I always like to have the most possible line. And for the hooks, get the hooks that you prefer. People might say the bigger the better, but no. If you're gonna use small baits, you get a small circle hook. I don't even have a big circle hook, but I want to go get one, because this is my whole bait reel. And I figured out that 3 fishing hooks are illegal, and so I need to go get that figured out. Is just the hook that you prefer. If you don't use big old baits and you like cut bait, get the smaller hook. The bigger hook does not prefer, because it's not like that. I feel like it's not like that. So the hook that you prefer is the hook that you're gonna use, and that's what I tell you.